Welcome to this JAS-39 DCS update. So here you have our GitHub where you will find the latest package of this new mod. Here you have information about our community, the creator, past developers, features like our weapons, known bugs, installation, troubleshooting, and some facts. So if you want to have the mod, you just go to this button where you see releases. You click on that. That will bring you to the latest beta, where you can have the list of changes. You can download the source code, or for this release, we'll also add a zip file, which will contain all of the necessary info files that you're going to need. So once you have that on your desktop, you're going to need to extract it. You can use WinRAR or simply Explorer, and you'll find this folder called mods. You will need to locate the save game folder on your PC. This is mostly likely located on your C drive. In my case, it's on the E drive. Then you will find your DCS install, and then pretty basically you just need to drag and drop the mod folder directly into that DCS folder, and everything is done for you. So I already have the mod on my computer, so I'm not going to re-download it one more time. Then you go to mods, aircraft, and here you will see the JAS-39 folder. However, maybe there's other mods there already installed. The A4E is a good example here. In our case, it creates some issues, so to do a soft uninstall, just drag it into a backup folder like this, and then you're going to be able to fly without any issues. If you find any other mods with issues, just drop it in there and you can swipe them in and out as needed. So let's launch the game. So a lot of changes this time around. We have tons of new weapons. We have new skins. We have also new flight dynamics. We have basically revamped everything, and I think that you guys are probably going to be noticing mostly the textures, the new HUD, the clickability. So here we're in DCS. You're going to know if the mod is currently installed if you're able to find this JAS-39 Gripen icon. You can set it as wallpaper, as you can see here. Wonderful. And once that's done, you'll really need to go and set up your keybinds. So go onto controls, and you'll have two menus, one for the Gripen and one for the Gripen AG. One is for the air-to-air, the other one is for the air-to-ground. Firstly, what you'll need to do is go into your axis, and then you'll have Gripen pitch, roll, rudder, throttle, wheel brake, left and right, and both. Basically bind them like you would bind any other DCS module, and then you're ready to go. Then you can go into the all commands, or you can go and find the submenus for Gripen, where you're going to have a few specific items related to the systems, the weapons, etc. So we have the auto throttle, the eject, the master arm switch, main power, taxi light, throttle stop, etc. And here in the weapons you have the cannon, countermeasures, trigger save hold, which is super important. You'll see that during the presentation of the flight. And we also have the center display and a left display soft keys if you have MFDs and you wanted to bind that. All right. So you can go to instant action, and in there you'll have a few cool missions, free flight, head-to-head with MiG-21, some meteor, brimstones, TV guided, general bombs, road base exercise, which is a cool little one. You can have fun with that, or you can go into the mission editor and create your own little mission like we will do right now. So for this example, I'm just going to use Caucasus. I'm going to load the map. All right, we're gonna go drop a unit to go blow up. Let's go to that abandoned runway here just north of Batumi. Very easy to find. And let's just put a BTR right there. Perfect. Then we're gonna go back to Batumi and we're gonna put down a JAS-39. So we're gonna go there, USA or Sweden, whatever you want. And scroll down to JAS-39. We have the air-to-air version, but today we're gonna be using the air-to-ground version. Slightly different. This one has the air-to-ground weapons. Be sure to select player or client. Then in the payload, we're going to go select what we want to put on our airplane. So let's see here. We have multiple presets. This looks interesting. We have other ones. Well, basically, you can put anything you want on it, or you can do your own ones. Like I could basically throw in there air-to-ground missiles. You can see there's a large quantity of air-to-ground missiles. The KEP 350, a new one there. GPUs, tons of GPUs. GPUs 39 is one of my favorite right now. Storm Shadow is a cool one also. Yeah, just tons and tons of ornaments. So yeah, we have a pretty good mix here. We're gonna add the FLIR, and we also need to put on our targeting pod. There you go. With the FLIR, the combination of the two will make it that you can have it. And let's just add a drop tank for the fun of it. Here you can see we have multiple new liveries and old ones. This is one of my favorite at the moment. The bare metal looks a lot like a vegan. And let's just set us as a cold start here in Batumi. And I'm gonna go over the procedure to turn the power on your jet and get ready to go. So we also have all of this information in a folder which inside of our install. So if I'm going too fast, or if you guys want to take time, you can Alt Tab, JAS-39, you go to documentation and double click the PNG there, and you'll have the flow for the startup procedure. All right. You also have here the full checklist that you're gonna have in your knee boards, and also some stats and information about the different weapons and the current loadout that you can have on the Charlie model of our jet. All right, back into the cockpit. So knee board, Shift K. We're just going to navigate to our startup procedure. All right, so we're going to put in our data cartridge, which right now is not really simulated, but it's just there for fun. We're going to look at the weapon trigger safe, the seat ejection safe, the parking brake, adjust the seat, throttle stop is correct, anti-collision lights, navigation lights, formation lights, and now we can go to the fuel cock. So the fuel cock is there on the right hand side on that second panel. I'm gonna put that, whoops, there you go. Gonna turn on the APU. As you can see, there's a little yellow light there, and that's gonna take 45 seconds to start up. So meanwhile, we can look at the rest of our checklist. Here's the airport. You can see over the wing there. Still warming up. The new textures in this new cockpit is pretty impressive. Very good job by the team. Let's set up our formation light here. Put it at bright, anti-collision lights. And let's keep them like that. Let's do a flow. Okay, there goes the APU. So we're ready to go. Turn on the main power. We have the displays turning on. Now we can unlock our throttle right here. Put it to idle. Then we can start the engine. So just hold that switch for a few seconds and you will see that your RPMs and your temperatures are going to be going up. That's pretty good. All right, let's close up the canopy. It's getting pretty loud in here. All right, so now we see that fuels are good. Stores are good as per what I wanted. Let's follow the next page. Our anti-collision light is good. Running for the APU. Throttle is good. Our temperatures and our RPMs are good. And we can set our display brightness using the B+, B-. And there you go. That's pretty much it. Gonna remove the parking brake. The canopy is already closed. Taxi lights on. And there. Perfect. Landing, all the services are going great. Perfect. And rudder, check. Oops, a little bit of head tracking issues there. Oh, don't forget to turn on the new HUD with all of the nice things there. We have velocity, altitude, also on the UFC CP. We have the possibility to interact with the simple radio. And we also have the possibility to get rearmed by pressing the COM2 button. So COM1 for radio and COM2 for rearm. So neat little trick. All right. So we're ready to taxi. Everything looks good. In this case, I forgot to put my ejection seat armed, so I didn't follow the full procedure correctly. So we're gonna go taxi to the runway. A few indications that you can see here on the HUD. So on the left hand side we have the angle of attack, the G's. Then after that we have speed. Underneath that we have the Mach number, navigation mode, the heading tape in the top center, and then on the right hand side we have our altitude. All right, I thought that I had asked Batumi for clearing. Let's try another time. No traffic right, no traffic left. Well, it looks like the ATC is sleeping, so let's just go ahead and proceed with our mission. Let's line up on the runway. One last check for the surfaces. Whoops. Head tracking issues. Full burner down. Brakes. Release. Okay, so you'll see in the middle there, that little tapple is gonna go right over those two bars, and that's basically my cue to rotate. So I'm rotating, gears up. Let's go to our target. Gonna need to put my master arm to arm. Gonna go into my targeting pod option. So I need to put the air to ground for that to work. Then press the menu button until I get into the targeting pod. Then I turn on my targeting pod as per the FC3 or SU25T. And now you'll see we have two set of icons there, or symbology on the HUD. The FC3 for now, because we can't code that currently, and the rest of the information from the Gripen, from the navigation. So in every mode you can retain both systems. So if you prefer flying with the FC3 things, you just put the FC3 and you tone down the brightness using that knob on the left. So that's your FC3, and then you can see the other information about the navigation and whatnot coming from the Gripen. All right, so I'm looking at my TGP, finding our location, zooming in. I just found my BTR. Oh, come on. There you go. Almost there. Lock on. All right. I'm gonna turn right a little bit. I'm almost in attack range. Gonna remove the trigger safety and pickle.
Launch authorized.
The SBV-39, very cool little weapon. You can have 4 per pylon, so a total of 16. It's a very devastating weapon. Shack that BTR. All right, so mission accomplished. Trigger is safe. I like to have my two stage trigger as my first being the safety and the second being my weapon employment trigger. Whoops, need to close that cap. Standby or safe. All right, on the left hand side here you'll have the refueling probe, so you just click that button and you can see it will come out. It's a very slow probe. It takes about 25 seconds to 30 seconds, if I remember correctly, to come out. Then what else do we have here? So all the lights are properly working correctly. So as you can see here, I'm in covert. The lights are off. And if I flip that back on, there you go. All my lights, navigation, and my strobe are on. Navigation and also formation. Then we have the start button, the gear handle, all of the buttons on the left display are working correctly. Buttons on the center display, some of them are working. The right hand is not working correctly. Here we have the jettison that is working. So let's drop our tank. Need to put you in master arm on. There goes the tank. Now weapons. Drop the weapons. There we go. Release. Then we have our clean plane. All right, it's a very cool texture. Right, let's head back home. Yeah, the brightness for the floodlight, that also works. So right now I'm in autopilot, so you had those two little brackets on both sides. That has been removed. Now I have full control on the airplane. I'm gonna go back to my EW suit and let's go and land in Koki, or Kutatsi I think is the closest airport. Let's see. You can add some more information on the center display, temperatures, whatnot. Fuel is 103% because I still using that fuel from that tank, I guess. All right, I have the airport in view. So now we have a special landing mode for the Gripen. So as you can see on top left hand side, we have landing mode. Now I'm just going to decrease my speed to be able to take out my landing gears. So right now I'm under 250. Gonna descend quickly here. I was very high. A little bit too speedy. Air brake out. 220, 250. Oh, that's perfect. Under 250. Gonna drop the gears. So you see this line there, that's basically our 10-degree slope glide. And we're gonna try to follow that glide slope all the way to the runway. So in this example, I did very poorly. I was way too close to the runway to have that proper slope, but I guess you'll have an idea of how to do that proper. So let's go in. Lining up the runway. So you can see the pitch ladder here. When you're in the negative, you have these little EKG lines, and the middle horizon line is going to be your line and dots there, following a little bit your heading tape there. So lining up for runway 7. All right. You see my velocity vector there dropping below the horizon. I'm going way too slow. I'm gonna pull up a little bit, added power. And as you can see, you're trying to get that 10-degree slope line to align with the threshold of the runway. So I was a little bit too low there, a little bit too much to the left. There we go. So I'm trying to keep that tapel right there in the middle for the 10-degree slope. And to be on speed, I need to have that to form up the 3 little lines there. If it goes too high or too low, then I'm too fast or too speedy, or too slow, sorry. All right, engage the brake, and the flaps and the canards are gonna slow me down. So there you go. This is version 1.8 of the Gripen community mod. From the whole team, Merry Christmas. Whiskey Actual signing out.